Ladies and gentlemen, isn't it amusing the way they thought they could shatter someone who had already walked through the fire? They imagined they'd be the one to push you to the edge, to bring you down to your knees, to twist the fragments of your broken past and use them against you. But oh, how mistaken they were, because they didn't realize those shattered pieces they wanted to exploit were precisely the parts of you that made you resilient. They thought your scars were weaknesses, thought they'd found gaps in your armor, but those scars were your strength, your battle marks, your proof you had already faced and survived far worse than anything they could attempt to throw at you. They thought they'd be the ones to see you crumble to finish the job that life had so persistently tried to complete. They couldn't grasp that the pain you felt before, the darkness you've endured, all of it has shaped you into someone far beyond what they could ever handle. They played their little mind games, threw their words like daggers, thinking they'd find a way into your mind, into your heart. But all they achieved was revealing their own weaknesses, their own fragility, before someone who'd been through it all. What they didn't understand is that you learned from every wound, every heartbreak, every betrayal. You rebuilt yourself, piece by piece, after every fall and every disappointment. And rather than shattering you, those experiences gave you the wisdom, the resilience, the insight to see right through people like them. You weren't naive. You weren't blind. You saw their intentions from the very beginning and allowed them to believe they had the upper hand, because you understood that in the end they'd be fighting only themselves, you see. They thought they were getting close, thought they were peeling back layers of who you are, thought they were breaking down your walls, but you never let them in. You watched, learned, and waited. You allowed them to expose themselves, let them believe they held the reins. They thought they could confront someone who'd already faced the darkness, but they couldn't grasp. You had made peace with it, had learned to wield it as a source of strength rather than weakness. They believed they'd exposed your secrets, your fears, the ghosts of your past, yet you were steps ahead, weren't you? You knew that whatever they unearthed, whatever they thought they could use against you, was already something you'd overcome. You had walked through the fire, leaving nothing behind for them to destroy. They tried to make weapons of your past, to make you feel small, insecure, broken, but instead, they saw themselves dwarfed by the strength of someone who had faced the worst and come out standing. And now they're left grappling with the reality of who you are, the person they tried so desperately to break. Ended up teaching them a lesson they'll never forget. They expected someone fragile, someone who would fall at the first sign of trouble. But what they got was someone shaped by adversity, by resilience, by fire. You showed them strength. It isn't from living an easy life. It's from surviving the storms and finding yourself stronger, wiser, unbreakable. Their attempts to control and manipulate, to harm you, were met by a wall of resolve they couldn't begin to understand. They thought they'd leave you in ruins. But it was they who ended up undone, revealed by their own insecurities, their own weaknesses, and now they're haunted by the realization that they were never truly in control. Their power was an illusion, a mask that fell the moment you saw through it. They underestimated you because of your past. Thought being broken once meant you'd break easily again. But what they couldn't understand was that your past wasn't a burden. It was your foundation, your strength, your proof that you could survive anything. They thought they'd make you feel small, make you doubt yourself, but instead, they've been left to question their own worth, their own motives, the reason for trying to bring down someone who's already weathered the storm in the end. They played themselves trying to play you. They thought they could trigger your insecurities, make you feel inadequate, unworthy, but all they revealed was their own emptiness, their own lack. They wanted you to feel weak. Yet every word, every game, every attempt to pull you down only strengthened your resolve. They've now realized true strength doesn't come from manipulation or control, but from enduring and rising above. They are haunted now by the truth. They couldn't break you, couldn't infiltrate your thoughts, couldn't shake you. They wanted power control, dominance, but all they found was the cold realization that they were powerless against someone like you. They underestimated the power of resilience, of self-acceptance, of facing one's past and finding peace within it. And now they carry that